Welcome back. See, I was actually good. Actually, my singing voice is actually pretty decent. I might be like join one of those damn American or Canadian Idolers or something. Nah, probably not. I'm just kidding. Anyway, um, welcome everyone. Welcome back. My name is Big Mike. This is Mike Drop, my lovely channel. Hope you guys are staying safe and all that jazz. So this video, hopefully, if you guys watched the first one, is part two of my black and red Jordans that I own, that I like, that I love, or they call the youngins call the Bred colorways. Why? Because they're too lazy to say words. They call it black and they combine black and red and they call it Bred. But nonetheless, um, this video is going to be the continuation of that first video. So if you haven't watched that video to see this my list from 10 to 6, watch that one, because this one is the top 5. Okay, so now I will say this list is going to be a little bit of nostalgia mixed with just like in terms of legit heat. Like I got some legit dope ass kicks in this collection. This the top 5, I think. So, but that again, it's my list. So that's how it goes. So, without further ado, let me get started because this video is gonna be kind of long because I'm also gonna include a little bit of a social experiment that I conduct, and I'll explain kind of the process and kind of my feelings on it afterwards. Okay, so here we go, right here. Um, this is the 13. So number 5 on my list. These are the Bred 13s. They call them the black and red 13s. So basically, there are many reasons why I love this damn shoe. Okay. Now, this shoe is retroed many, many, many times. It's come out many, many times. These shoes originally came out in '98. Um, my stepbrother, Devon, and shout out to him, I did a video talking about this in like 2017. My releases of 2017. So if you haven't watched that one, check that one out. But if you don't feel like checking that one out, I'll give you kind of a little brief bio of why I like this shoe. So my stepbrother actually owned this pair of shoes, these shoes actually when they came out in '98, and he wasn't like a big Jordan guy or huge. Like he had a lot of sneakers. He didn't have like a not the amount that I have, but like the sneakers he did have, he always took care of, and that's kind of what kind of got me into making sure that my shoes were pristine and taken care of. So um, when he bought these, they looked fresh. I just loved how they looked. But he never wanted me to buy these or have these because he didn't want me to wear the same shit as him. So I unfortunately did not buy these shoes when they initially came out. Um, they came out in retro in 2013. I was broke. I couldn't afford them then. But then they came out again in 2017 when I did actually buy these. Now the difference between the 2013 pair and the 20 and this pair is that the 2013 pair, now this area right here is 3M reflective. So 3M is an actual product. So basically what 3M is, it's similar to what I showed you on my metallic fives where the this part reflects. So basically I'll kind of show you on one of the shoes. So on this pair, for example, the fire red fives, this is 3M right here. So basically the 3M actually is on this part of the shoe. So when the light hits it a certain way, or you take a picture with these shoes on, it lights up. Like this part just lights up. Now the 2013 pair didn't have that, but the '98 pair, the one that came out when Jordan was playing, did have that on there, and people were kind of turned off by the 2013 pair, which is why a lot of people were excited. Well, some people were excited about this pair. Although I will say this pair actually sat on shelves for a while. No one really bought this shoe, in part because probably a lot of them did have the 2013 pair, so it didn't really make sense for them to buy this one. But I did buy this one because I didn't have the 2013 pair. Um, and again, this for me, this shoe is like I said, it's not just a dope shoe, but again, it's like a dope colorway. When I usually wear this shirt, this is usually the shoe I usually tend to wear with it because it's obviously very dope, and I just love it. You know, nostalgic reasons I love it. The colorway of it is great. This is by again like when I showed you the my Chicago 13s. This shoe was inspired by a panther's paw. So right here you see the paws right here. This is a cat's eye, so it's kind of inspired by a cat essentially. And then here's kind of like the whiskers almost or something like that. So very dope shoe, very dope colorway. I don't think this shoe is overly expensive, so I think you could probably get it for a decent price on different consignment shops because this isn't really overly expensive. There wasn't a lot of hype for this shoe, in part because people had already bought the 2013 pair. So, and again, if I bought, for example, the 2013 pair, I was not going to buy this one. But I'm glad I have this pair. Pair is very dope. Can wear it mostly with black and red stuff, obviously with my other Chicago hat that I'm rocking. So wear with a variety of different things, black and red related. So, but yeah, these are number 5 on my list. my black and red or Bred Chicago 13s or 13s. Now my fourth pair. Oh, I cannot wait to piss people off with my fourth pair because this is gonna piss people off that I put this number four. But these are number four on my list. Okay, my Bred 11s or black and red 11s or playoff 11s because Michael Jordan wore these in his playoff run when they beat the Seattle Supersonics. Okay, so these are number 11 on my list. Now, most people, most sneakerheads would regard this shoe as the not only their top five black and red Jordan, some people regard this Jordan as their number one Jordan of all time. Me, however, I do not. Not to say this is not a dope shoe. It's a very, very dope shoe. Love this shoe. It's just not number four on my list, and this is the biggest. This is not number one on my list, and this is the reason why. Again, when I talked about in the first video, my criteria for rating Jordans is also not just based off the colorway, but also versatility of the shoe. What can I wear it with? Can I wear it with different things? This is a shoe, for the most part, that you can really only wear with black and red stuff. You can't really rock this too much, or I haven't really seen too many people pull this off with different colorways. Not to say that that's a knock against it. It's just with me, I like to have a shoe that I can kind of throw on with anything and it looks pretty decent, or the outfit flows, and that's kind of what I look at. I don't care about hype. I don't care about people who go on Instagram or Facebook or wherever the fuck and suck dick over this shoe because it's because of the lineage and it's an 11. Because most people, any of Jordan 11 people love, and especially this one, people hold in high regard. And I'm not saying that the shoe is not dope. Like I said, it's just when it comes to versatility of a shoe, this is not a shoe that I could say that is very versatile. I can kind of only really wear with black and red stuff for the most part. But nonetheless, still dope. Obviously, the patent leather on it is amazing. Got the 23 on the back, the leather right here. This kind of was inspired by a car. This part right here was inspired by like a car bumper, the leather. And Michael Jordan said that he wanted to have a shoe, like for the 11, he wanted a shoe that he could kind of wear like with a suit. That's essentially kind of what he wanted. So that's kind of where the patent leather came from. And then actually these laces right here are actually basketball, like, you know, the basketball net. It's kind of like a basket, like basically basketball, that same material. So thought that was kind of cool as well. And the Greek lettering here, for those of you who are wondering what that says here, it's Greek. It means Jumpman Jordan. I found that out like 3 years ago. So I just figured I looked it up because I was curious what that meant. So just those of you who didn't know what that meant, that's how you know. But yeah, that's what it means. So obviously the bottoms, and these are just a class. Like, listen, these are a classic shoe. So please, I mean, if you're gonna hit me up in the comments and cuss me out and say that I'm terrible for putting these on number four on my list, that's fine. I can respect that. But again, I'm not saying that these shoes are not dope. They're a classic shoe. Jordan balled the fuck out in these in the playoffs. They've been worn by damn near almost anybody who's into sneakers who is able to get a pair. But it's just like I said, these are not a versatile shoe for me that I can wear with different things. Now, in terms of where you can get them on most sneaker sites. Price point on these, they're double the price. So if you're looking to buy these right now, you're looking at I think at least $800 for these. So good luck to all y'all out there if you want a pair, because these are at least $800 on most sneaker sites or more depending on the size. So just be mindful that these are not cheap in any stretch because these shoes are classics. And I love these. I'm glad I have them. But again, these are number four on my list. My Bred 11 Chicago, or sorry, my Bred / playoff 11 / black, white, and red 11s. But these are dope. My 11s, I love them. All right. Now we're at number three. Okay. So now we're getting into the nitty gritty here. Okay. This it's about to get real right now. Okay. Number three on my list. Bred, black cement fours, Bred fours, all that jazz. So these are number four on my list. Now, I was torn between the Bred 11s and these as number three on my list. I went with these only because I can honestly legitly say I've worn these more. And I haven't worn the Bred 11s as much because A, they're a black and red shoe, and B, I don't want to mess them up too much. But I've worn these a lot. So, obviously, this goes without saying, these are classics, bro. Like, I love this Nike on the back. Come on now. Are you real? Like, are you serious right now? These shoes specifically, I would say, are like stapled in my brain as a child. Because when I was a kid growing up, when I used to see when I would watch NBA Inside stuff, before they would show their top 10 countdown, like I mentioned in another video, they would always show Michael Jordan hitting the shot over Craig Elo in the playoffs and him wearing this shoe with the Nike Air on the back. So these are classic. Now, I think if you notice, there is, I think the Nike check is actually, or the back of it is a bit it is off. Don't really care. They're off on every shoe, so it's not like my shoe is not special or a unicorn. Every shoe actually, the Nike, this part is all this kind of slanted off, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I still like the shoe. I still bought the shoe. And yes, I do wear the shoe with the tag on it, although some people don't wear it with the tag on it. I do because I don't know, I just like wearing it with the tag on it. So, and luckily this tag does not fallen off, and I've worn these shoes a gajillion times. I love these shoes to death. You can kind of get away with wearing this with different stuff. I could wear it again with this outfit, but I usually do wear it with like black and red stuff, or some black, like a black shirt or a white shirt or something like that, or even a gray shirt I could wear these with. But really love these shoes. I really, really love these shoes. Like I said, when I was going through buying Jordans in my mind, when I created my mind, like when I did my mental list of all the Jordans I wanted, these were like, I had to get these. And when they announced that they were coming out with the Nike Air on the back, it was like, there was no way I couldn't get these. I couldn't pass up on these. So, and again, I've worn these a lot. I've worn these a lot. So that's why these are number 3 on my list. So black and red, or the Bred colorways, or the black cement 4s. In terms of where you can get them, probably on most consignment shops, but these are, again, similar to the black and red, the Bred 11s. These are probably double in price, so just be mindful that if you do try to buy these, you're going to be spending a pretty penny, because these are classic. Everyone loves these. Most people love these. Some people don't. Very few, but most people love these, and these sold out really quickly. So good luck to those if you try to get a pair, but I got my pair, so that's all I care about. Number 4 on my list, or number 3 on my list. So now number 2. And I had a hard time deciding between 2 and 1. But I'm going to go, but I finally decided, and this is number 2 on my list. My infrared 6s. Okay. So my infrared 6s, pretty dope. These were basically, I got these again in 2017, similar to these ones and also my Bred 11s. These ones are very significant for many reasons. These Jordans are the Jordans that Michael Jordan wore in his first championship. So the history behind it. There's also 3M, as you can see, coming out of the holes. That's 3M actually. So when you do take a picture of this shoe, it does glow, which is another reason why I love these damn shoes. And it's just a very simple colorway. And obviously the Nike Air on the back, like, come on now. Like, if you put a Nike Air on the back of a shoe, I'm already sold. There's no, you know what I mean? You sign me the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But these are just classic. I love these shoes to death, man. Like, the suede on these are dope. I love a high top shoe. I love a high shoe. I'm not really a fan of low cut shoes. I don't mind mids or highs, but I don't hate low cuts. I just prefer a high cut shoe. I guess me being tall and big, that's kind of the reason why. But also I love the infrared on this. So this is not pink. This is infrared. Okay. So these shoes came out again, like I said, in 2019. These came out. But they also released these in, I believe, 2014. They've retroed these many times, but the 2014 pair, the most recent one prior to this one, people fucking hated. 2 reasons. Number 1, the 2014 pair did not have this. It had the Jumpman on the back, which people didn't like. And number 2, and most importantly, this was not this color. It was very pink. So these did look very pink, and people were very, very annoyed. They did not like those pairs. So, because I remember, even for example, like when these came out All-Star Weekend 2019. And I remember the next day I went and bought them, and I came home and and obviously I took a picture, I posted them on Facebook. That's what I used to do when I was on social media like a maniac. And the guy had asked me, yo, how is the infrared on the shoe? Is it really pink or is it infrared? And I said, nah, it's infrared, homie. It's definitely infrared. So, you know, so yeah, he told me he ended up buying a pair afterwards. But no, these are really dope. The reason why, again, I put these as number 2 is, again, these shoes, in all honesty, I think are one of the few black and red Jordans that you can wear with anything. Like, I feel like I could wear with this, absolutely. But I can also wear this with like any one of my randomly colored shirts. I could wear with my like army pants. I wore these a lot, a lot when I got them, but I wore them mostly like with like khaki jeans, like tan jeans, and like just like a very casual look, and it really looks good. It complemented. It looked really good. I love these shoes to death. Like I wore these the hell out. Didn't even wear them last year to put in perspective. I don't think I wore them once. I'm definitely gonna bust them out this year for sure because I haven't worn them in over a year. But I love these shoes to death. Like I said, and as a casual shoe, you can kind of rock it with a little bit of everything. So and again, this shoe Michael Keaton wore in the fucking Batman movie. So there you go. So this is like 90s all over in a shoe. This is literally like a time capsule in a shoe right here. And again, these are very comfortable as well. So again, where you can get them, probably most consignment shops you can get them. Price point, I'm not 100% sure about these. I haven't checked because I didn't think to look. But I'm sure with the Last Chance documentary, they're probably a little bit more in price. But I would say if you're looking for like a casual Jordan that you can kind of just throw on and just wear with a little bit of anything, I would say these are your best bet because to me, these are a classic. The history behind them, and in terms of wearing what you can wear them with, in terms of the versatility, you can wear this shit with damn near anything. I don't think there's not an outfit or shirt or shoe or outfit or pant or whatever. You can wear this shit with anything. If you look watching this, probably wear this shit with some tights or something. Like you can wear this with anything. Look dope. And actually, I really like these on girls. Actually, FYI, these look really fly on girls. So there you go. So number 2 on my list, infrared 6s. Now number 1 on my list. Okay, now these are just OG classic, but like I said, I can wear with anything. And these are number 1 on my list. So these are the black cement 3s. Okay. One of the biggest reasons why I like these shoes, and it's kind of an underlooked shoe, is these shoes actually to me look good kind of worn and beaten up a little bit. These shoes, I mean, they look fine. Like I've worn these a fair amount. They probably don't look like it because I take care of my shoes, but I've worn these shoes a lot. I wore these in Chicago. I walked around all over Chicago in these bad boys, and they held up really well. But they look good beaten up a little bit. And a lot of Jordans to me don't look good beaten up. Besides maybe Jordan 1s are the only shoes. I think Jordan 1s and Jordan 3s are the only Jordans, in my opinion, that if they look like you've worn them and they look kind of beaten up, they still look fresh, that vintage look. Another reason why these are number 1 on my list is out of all the Jordans that I own, these are probably the most comfortable to wear if I'm going for a long walk or I'm walking around in. All the other Jordans I have, while they're comfortable, these are not, I would not advise somebody who's, let's say, my size to, let's say, go for a long walk or go for a casual walk in Jordans for a long period of time. I would probably say these are probably your best bet because these are very, very, very comfortable to walk in. Like I said, not too many Jordans. Some Jordans are comfortable or more comfortable than others, but these ones I find Jordan 3s are just super comfortable for me. I can wear these anywhere. Like for example, if I travel anywhere outside of Canada, and if you're asking me, okay, Michael, what Jordan would you wear? 3s. If I'm not wearing Air Maxes, I'm wearing Jordan 3s because these can hold up walking long distances. So, and also too, again, I had bought these for my ex, and I think I showed him my one video a few years ago. I did buy these for my ex. These were like her first ever Jordan, so she was really happy about those. So I was very happy to get that for her too. But no, these are just like when I found out these were coming out, these were like definitely a must cop because I really love these shoes. And again, these shoes I have worn with jeans, army pants, khaki pants, shorts. I can wear it with like a green shirt, a red shirt, a blue shirt, a purple shirt, yellow shirt, gray, black, red. I could wear with this. I could wear with this shoe with damn near anything, and it will hold up, and it looks great. The shoe I really am waiting. I'm with bated breath waiting for the white cement 3, the white version of this shoe with the black Nike Air on the back. That's the one I'm really, really waiting for. They did come out with one that came out around the same time, but that shoe was trash. I didn't like it. I want the original OG one that's not like they do have a pair of that, but that's like $800. I'm not spending $800 on a shoe. So these ones are have to do for now. But I love these shoes. I wore them this week actually. They were very, very, like I said, they're just comfortable and they're casual. You can wear with damn near anything, and they're comfortable as shit. For me, they're comfortable. So number 1 on my list, black cement 3. You can get them pretty much on most consignment shops. In terms of price point, they're probably a little bit more expensive. You'll probably pay a little bit extra, but I would say for somebody who, let's say, you don't really care about Michael Jordan at all, but you kind of are like, hey, I would love to wear a Jordan, or I would love a Jordan. Which Jordan should I get? I would highly recommend these because, again, these Jordans are super, super, super comfortable. Even my ex girlfriend even said she loved these shoes because they were extremely comfortable to walk in. Now, this part kind of digs in the back, so I would not wear ankle socks, FYI. So do not wear ankle socks with these. Wear regular socks or socks that go up to your thing so they're not tearing into your fucking Achilles. But other than that, in terms of walking in comfortability, I highly, highly, highly recommend these. If they do retro these or bring these back out, which they probably will because they do with every Jordan, I would definitely say anyone who's watching this, who's looking to see what kind of Jordan makes sense for them to wear, there you go. You're welcome. Now, the social experiment I conducted, like I said, is I showed my experience trying to see if I could purchase a Jordan online. That's a new release. So the Jordans in question are the Raging Bull 5s. They're an OG shoe. They're not a shoe that Jordan played in, but they are a shoe that most sneakerheads and most people that are fans of shoes love and covet. So I was curious to see how that worked. If I was able to actually go on instead of going on a consignment shop or most apps that I tell you about to go check these shoes on, I was actually curious to see if I would be able to actually purchase these shoes through Foot Locker or Champ Sports. And I'm going to do a little interlude and I'm going to show you the experience. And then afterwards, I'm going to give you my commentary, my opinion on that experience. So what I'm doing right now is a little bit of a social experiment. I want to see if it's possible to actually order a shoe through a reputable shoe store's website and see how the process goes rather than buying it through consignment. So as you can see, the time now is 10:15. I've been logged on to these two websites, Champs and Foot Locker, waiting to maybe get a shoe. And as you can see, it says here, wait in line. As you wait, please don't refresh and don't leave. You could lose your spot and I would be sad because they're so sad that I would leave. And literally, I signed on here at 10 o'clock, literally. So I'm going to keep on here for as long as I can. I just want to see if I'm able to actually get the shoe because I've been logged on here the same amount of time as well. And so far, nothing. So it looks like even if, I mean, again, this isn't the shoe that I'm dying to get, but I just wanted to see if it's even realistic for a regular person to get a shoe off of a Foot Locker or a Champ Sports website. But so far, it doesn't look like it's likely. Even to show you just how messed up this site is, I'm going to click on it. And then when I go to add a cart, see, we are sorry. And it goes right back to loading. This is still loading. And we're at, what time is it right now? We're at 15 minutes ago. And we're still unloading. I'm actually just want to do this now. I'm just curious to see how long this shit's going to take. And we'll go from there. Well, how about that? I was actually able to, oddly enough, order this shoe. It took about 20 something minutes. Oh, it's out of stock. It's out of stock in my size, but they do have it in size 14. That's good to know. Actually, like look right now. As you could see, I clicked on size 12, out of stock, out of my size, and then I go on to size 13, and out of my size, and then I go to 14 and out of my size. So there. I think the only size they probably have is size 15. Oh, they don't even have size 15. Ah! Ah! Let me see if they even have size 10 and a half, because that's usually the popular size. I'm just curious. And they do not. And size 11. Wow, they don't have anything. So as you can see, people, trying to order a sneaker or upcoming release or upcoming like hyped release on a website or like a general like shoe store is damn near impossible. As you can see, I got signed in after 30 minutes only to basically not have any shoes in my size. So yeah, that was my sneaker journey. I'm gonna post this on connect this to my vlog, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching this brief little journey into buying sneakers or trying to. So as you can see, My experience on the app was an epic fail. It's miserable. Um, um, Now, here's my bone to pick with the apps and stuff like that too. Now, I understand again. It's like winning. It's essentially like winning. Trying to like win the lottery with that app with the websites because it's hard to get the shoes through the websites. And I literally signed on earlier, like at 9:45, and then when I tried to log in actually buy the shoe, it said you have to wait in line. So it was just a very frustrating experience. Now, for me, that's not a shoe that I was dying to get or I was coveting, like I really, really wanted. I just want, but I'm thinking about it from the perspective of somebody who really, really, really wanted that shoe, and let's say didn't want to pay a shit ton of money on resale, or didn't want to go through StockX or Goat or any of these other sites. They want to actually just buy it from a reputable like a Foot Locker or a Champs. They'd be basically screwed, because the reality of it is I guarantee you this is that the reason why I probably wasn't able to get the shoe is because there's a bunch of resellers who are or a bunch of people who sell shoes probably have bots and technology that basically can buy a bunch of shoes in bulk, and basically they're going to buy those. They bought, let's say, 10 or 15 pairs, let's say at the least. In some cases they buy like 40 fucking pairs of the shoe. Then they get the shoe and then they sell it for resale and make money. Meanwhile, people that want to actually buy the shoe can't get the shoe. And I think that's kind of why there's a beef with resellers online, because those people are kind of ruined the experience of trying to buy a shoe online for like regular folk like myself. Like, for example, when the cool gray 11s come out, which I'm really excited to get, I'm not even bothering to go on Foot Locker or Champ Sports. I'm just going to go through my regular channels of getting shoes, because why would I waste my time if this is the experience for just a OG shoe that people kind of like? Imagine if, let's say, like when the Bred 11s came out, there was the site probably crashed, or any of the shoes that I showed on my list, the site probably crashed. There was no point even trying to buy them online. And I just think that these websites need to have a better filtering system. Like, for example, when I go and pick up a shoe, or if I go in person and buy a shoe, I can only buy I can only buy max 2 pairs of shoes for one person. So I can buy one. I can't buy 2 of the same size. I can only buy one. I can buy 2 shoes at the same time at one time. And I think these websites need to have a better filtering system of doing that, because I guarantee you they don't. Because most of these, I'm sure like Champs and Foot Locker, which are basically the same fucking company, they don't care, because they just want the shoe off. They just want to sell the shoe, and they want the money. As long as they don't care how it affects the market or how the culture is affected and all this other shit, they just want the shoe sold. And I think that's wrong from the perspective of people who actually, let's say, want the shoe and actually want to wear the shoe. They're not looking to resell and all this other stupid shit. Those people are kind of fucked over. And I think that's wrong. And I hope that Champ Sports and Foot Locker change their ways, because I think if they don't change their ways, you're going to have more people doing videos like this, if they're not already doing videos like this, more frustrated, and probably won't do business with y'all. So I think it's in your best interest to change your business practices. And that, my friends, is a mic drop. Thank you for watching my 2 videos. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a neighbor to watch this. Let me know what you think of my list. Did you like my list? Did you hate my list? Which ones would you put as number 1? Which shoe did you feel was the most casual to wear? Feel free to comment. Any opinions you have, good or bad or indifferent. If you disagree with my list, that's totally fine. It's okay. We can have a disagreement, and it's okay. But I really want to know what you guys' take on my list is, if you like it or not. Okay? Take care. Sign off. I'm signing off. Peace and love and all that jazz.